Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, your number one source for income-oriented investing, how to generate passive income from a diversified portfolio of high-yield funds. It's your favorite video. It's the monthly portfolio unveil video, episode 33, everyone. So in this video, or monthly series rather, in case you're new to the channel, I basically unveil my entire portfolio from A to Z. What does that mean? What will I show you in this video? Well, first I will show you a bird's eye view of all my entire 6 investing accounts with using passive, so you can actually see the value in Canadian dollars of all my accounts put together. And then we'll do a breakdown of all my funds one by one. And of course, in case you're new to the channel, I have really 2 entities: my retirement accounts, which makes up my RSP, my wife's RSP, and my small lira, and my main portfolio, I call it, which is a combination of our 2 TFSAs and our joint non-registered cash account. So 6 investing accounts all together. I'll show you the value using passive, give you a bird's eye view, and then we will break down the details and I'll show you all the moves I've made in January. So in this video, the February update will give you the value as of today, the day that I'm filming this on February the 12th, but it will cover all the moves that I've made in January. So let's get to it right away. All right, everyone, this is my portfolio value as of February the 12th. I'm filming this a little past noon, so the stock market is still open. This is the combination translated to Canadian dollars, of course, of all my 6 investing accounts put together, which are right here. You see under the retirement accounts, which make up about 39% of this total value. I have my RSP, my wife's RSP, my small lira account, and then there's the main portfolio, which makes up the majority, about 61% of this total value here, our 2 TFSs and the joint account. And by the way, this video is sponsored by a good friend of the channel. Once again, it's being sponsored by Passive. So Passive, which is exactly what you're looking at, guys, is the organizational or portfolio organizational tool that I personally use to track my investments. I love the reporting tab. I love the way you could mix and match and really combine multiple investing accounts, like my accounts, my wife's accounts, all in one place. So you don't have to log into 2 Questrades, for example. Make sure you try out Passive if you haven't already done it. There is a free version, guys. So go on Passive's website, passive.com, and you will see that it's 100% free for the community user. Try it out. And if you want the elite membership, and by the way, the elite membership comes 100% free with Questrade. I use Questrade, and it is a great perk to get the elite membership, where you will have access to additional features that the free version doesn't have. It's only $100 a year, but if you use my coupon code, which is in the video description below, you get 50% off the elite membership in case you use another broker besides Questrade. But my opinion, make sure to try it out first. If you like it, then you could try the elite membership. You got nothing to lose, everyone. So again, thank you to Passive for sponsoring these portfolio unveil videos. So this is my account value in Canadian dollars. As you could see, a big increase from last month, right? And it's shouldn't be rocket science. The market is up, so especially my retirement accounts, which are focused exclusively in the US market, US stocks, they've gone up, they've done really well. Also, the exchange rate, right, is not that great, which means it's great for my account value because I'm showing it to you in Canadian dollars. It's 1.34 right now, so that helps as well. And another thing that helped is Bitcoin rallying. And speaking of that, let's do a complete review and breakdown. We'll start with the retirement accounts as usual. We'll go through the retirement accounts first. So I will break it down in Excel here, so it's much easier to see. And by the way, you could download this Excel file on my website. You go on my website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca, just click on free tools and resources, and it will be the very first download. Just click on this red download button here, and you'll be able to download this Excel file, which is basically an update or a breakdown of my retirement accounts in one section, which I'm showing you now, you're looking at, and the main portfolio in the other section, which we'll take a look at in a minute. So as you know, for the retirement accounts, accounts, guys, wow, it's very simple, right? My RSP, I have QQQY as my main position. In my wife's RSP, I have JEPY, which is the S&P 500 defined ETF, as the main position. A couple of other smaller positions, and in my lira, I have Bitcoin, just maxi. So that brings me to, first of all, why my lira is starting to kick ass finally. Finally, I'm in the green from it. I invested, 33,000 in this, and I decided to go all in on Bitcoin. And right now, it's actually worth worth 36,000. So I'm finally up. I'm finally in the green. You could see that here. The value is 36,000. Actually, a little bit more than that because Bitcoin's been doing really, really well. And Maxi is the only position in here, which is, the Simplify Bitcoin Strategy Income ETF. So really, and by the way, all these accounts, all the retirement accounts, everything is on drip. And when it comes to, I know what you want to see right away, the QQQY position and the JPY position, which QQQY I invested a total of 120,000. Let's check out the total value. My value is worth, and that's 120,000 US. My investment is now worth 133,000 or a little bit more than that. Remember, QQQY is just on drip. So every month you tune in, the number of units is going to increase. And as time goes on, guys, the compounding effect is going to be more and more and more crazy. Actually, you know what? Let me just take out my face here, just in case. So I make sure you see everything, my whole screen here. So yeah, my $120,000 investment in QQQY is now worth 133,000. So obviously it's working out really, really good. And this is fully on drip, right? If we look at the JEPY, the $100,000 investment is now worth 111,000 or a little over that. So obviously I couldn't be happier with these investments, and it makes sense, right? The S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100, they're going up in value, they're doing great. So obviously these investments are going to do well. And secondary position, as you know, I have SFAL as a secondary position in both my RSP and my wife's RSP, just on drip, doing really well. $25,000 investment. By the way, in the sheet here, you could actually see the investments, how much money I actually put in into SFAL, into JPY, into QQQY, into everything. And you could see the value in passive here. So everything is doing really well, especially in mine, because I just have QQQY, SFAL, and Maxi, which is Bitcoin. So this one is really helping, or really has helped my RSP value to shoot up. You see here, I just cracked the $250,000 Canadian mark, and this is where this number comes from, by the way. So total contributions, how much money did I put in my RSP since the beginning? 145. Right now it's worth 250. Obviously I'm in a big profit, and you see that here. Of course, this is all unrealized until I sell it, but it's still, if you're dripping your account, nothing's coming out, guys. It's very easy to track. All you have to know is how much money did I put into the account? What is the total value of the account? It's as simple as that. And what I'll do going forward, in case you want to see a history, I'll start putting every single month the value of the account. So you see in January, or last portfolio Unveil, it was 240. Now it's 250. So I'll keep tracking that every single month for you guys. It'll be fun for me also to see how the accounts grow over time, which they will always grow no matter what the market does. Even if the market crashes, let's say, and the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 go down, which they will, the benefit of the income strategy is no matter what, you get a dividend or distribution, which is getting reinvested. So I will always be increasing my share count every single month. I absolutely love that. That goes for all the investments, by the way. So yeah, SVOL in both accounts, super, super solid as usual. Riv, by the way, Riv is starting to actually go up because fixed income, maybe that's in my wife's account. And I put in 25K. Now it's actually worth 25K. So I kind of broke even on it finally, but hey, Riv is still at a discount. The drip is still going, buying cheap units. Same thing for our RA. RA put in 25. It's worth 18.8. So I still got catch up to do. But at least they're dripping at, they're both trading at discounts, and I'm dripping them at discounts. So I'm not worried about it whatsoever. And like I keep mentioning, guys, the plan for RA is that when it reaches about 20,000 to actually invest 20,000 more into JEPY. So I have a nice 120 in JPY, 120 in QQQY. It'll be very easy to track how those investments are doing. So very happy with the retirement accounts. Again, guys, all in US listed funds because there's no 15% withholding tax. And everything is on drip. So this is a completely hands-off portfolio. All I do is I come in here every month, I update the number of shares, and I also update the dividend of QQQY and JPY. So this annual dividend rate is based on the last distribution. That's why my income, because they've been a lot higher this month, then last month, my income is much bigger. For this month in particular, you see that here, 11,600 US, which translates to about $15,600 Canadian a month. And by the way, I'm just using the Google exchange rate in case you're curious here. Here it is right here, 134 today. It was 135 yesterday, it just turned 134. So that is it, guys, for the retirement accounts. I will keep showing you the value of my QQQY and JPY. A lot of people still don't understand these investments, how they work. It's really all about the value of your investment, right? So I put in 100, I'm at 111. I put in 120, I'm at 133. While the stock prices are not really moving or going down, how does that figure? How is that working? And you even see a negative P&L on both of these. That's because they don't count the drip, right? And I'm going up, or my investment value is going up, not with the stock price going up, although it does, but mostly with the number of shares. Every month I'm getting hundreds of new shares with that drip. I think last month I was at like 7,200, now I'm at 7,600. So that's the cool part of a really, really high dividend yield. You get a big compounding effect. I just can't wait to see what happens in a few years. Eventually I get to 10,000 units and 15,000 units, and it'll just compound over time. So that's it for the retirement accounts, guys. That's basically it. And again, like I said, I'll track the value every single month. I won't do it for the Lyric just because it's small, but I'll do it for the main accounts here. So let's go to the main portfolio, which is really what I live off of. I guess there's no drips there, so let's get to it. All right, guys, this is the main portfolio. Again, combination of our two TFSAs and our joint cash account put together. There's no drip here, so this because there's no drip, I actually do a lot more tracking for this portfolio. So again, if it's too small, make sure to download the Excel sheet like I showed you on my website, and just switch. You got to go at the bottom and switch to the main portfolio tab here. So let's go through, first of all, the changes from last month. There's a couple of streamlining moves that I did. Oh yeah, and by the way, I completely forgot to do an annual summary of 2023 last month's portfolio unveil. So let's do that first. So in 2023, the numbers are finally in, guys. Well, they were in 2 months ago. So here are the numbers. So total capital gains that I've made is 9,433. This is from streamlining and selling things. So if you go to my portfolio tracker tab, you have every single thing I did in 2023. You have the moves I did, which caused losses in red, capital gains in green. You just add them all up, add all the capital gains, subtract all the capital losses, and you should have I do have a total capital gain of 9,433. Total income gross for the year is 83,500. So about $8,000 more from 2022, which is obviously understandable. My income, if you just keep reinvesting, your income's always going to go up. So I do expect my income to go up every single year. So total realized, I repeat, realized profit, all these numbers in the annual column here, this is realized returns. So my 2023 profit was just under $93,000. Most of it coming from the income, some of it coming from capital gains. Of course, this is less than last year in 2022, but I did make more income. You see that here, 75 to 83. But in 2022, I did a lot of streamlining. I sold a lot of stuff, obviously at a profit. And again, if you want to see what happened in 2022, by the way, in my sheet, guys, you could just unhide these columns and you'll actually have all my moves from 2022 as well. So I just wanted to show you that because going forward, I will be hiding 2022, 2023 to obviously, oh yeah, and there's even 2021 here to really focus on the current year. So 2024, what moves have I made in January? I've made a couple. I made two streamlining moves. So I sold call. Call is the US banks covered call ETF from Evolve. Just opportunistically, I was up $1,600 on it. It was a small position. I just sold it and I basically put, $15,000. So if I made $1,600 of profit, my proceeds were about 16 grand from it. So I put 10,000 in FTN, 5,000 in bank. It makes sense, right? Because call is US bank, so FTN has US bank. So I just took this opportunity to average down or dollar cost average FTN, which was having an enormous yield of about 20%. Now it's about 19. It recovering a little bit. And then the rest bank, just because I know it's Canadian banks, call has US banks, but I just put it in bank because the yield is very high and I think there's a big opportunity still with the Canadian financials. So that's where I put the 15,000, basically 10K in FTN, 5K in bank, and the rest, whenever I have a little bit of leftover, I have a little fun, and I put it in a YTSL. In the Tesla one. Another thing I do is I actually swapped BKCL, which is just the big 6 Canadian banks, into bank. This is just a pure streamlining move. because everything in BKCL, the 6 banks, is already in bank. So I decided I'm going to make bank my primary Canadian financials position. I was broken even on BKCL. And by doing these 2 moves, by the way, I increased my income by quite a bit, $80 or $100 or something like that. So in summary, January, sold call and bought some FTN, bank, and a tiny bit of YTSL. I swapped my BKCL to bank simply for streamlining. So total, I bought 10K of FTN, 55K of bank, 2K of YTSL, and my main, I guess, purchase without the swaps or not including the streamlining is QQCL. I picked up $7,500 worth of QQCL. Now, I also bought a little bit more YTSL because of the Tesla crash a week ago in February. So you see that here. Normally you would only see that in the March Unveil, but I just put it in here anyway. And by the way, guys, if you want to know about these moves, like call, I did that like 3 weeks ago. If you want to know about what I do in my portfolio live, make sure to become a PII Inner Circle member. Just click that little join button next to the subscribe button. You'll learn all about it. One of the features or one of the benefits, and by the way, it's only $2.99 Canadian a month, is live trade alerts. So you don't have to wait for the live portfolio update every single month to get updated on my portfolio. And by the way, another thing, make sure to download Blossom using the link in the video description below if you want to follow my portfolio live, the value of how it's doing every single day. Blossom is a cool app. There's lots of influencers on it. I'm on it. So click on the video description below. There's a link. There's a Blossom link. If you click on it, this is what you'll get here. And just, put your information here to get the information, download the app, and then make sure to follow me. You'll be able to find me really easily. I have almost 25,000 followers, and you'll be able to follow my portfolio's value every single day. So again, download Blossom. It's a really cool tool. All right, let's go through the main portfolio. So the changes I've done, guys. I've talked about them in here. So portfolio is much slimmer. There's 2 less holdings, right? Because I got rid of BKCL and call. So now I have a total of 15 positions here. So big news for HYLD and HDIV. Obviously, you've seen the latest videos. Distribution increase for both of them, which has also helped me to increase my passive income and my yield. You see that my yield and my income for both of these are higher than last month because the distributions have gone up, which is always fantastic news. We know that HYLD and HDIV are internalizing. So when they're up, their website should be updated in early March where we will see exactly what's in HYLD. But I kind of already updated it myself here, taking a guess that now it's all gonna have the Hamilton ETF. So obviously HYLD is gonna have FMAX, LMAX, AMAX, EMAX, and some H bond. But I think the majority is gonna be in the SMAX, right? So and even HDIV, I updated the ETFs as well here. This is just my guess, but I'm pretty sure that HDIV is gonna have this combination. But if anything, I'll fix it next month if there's changes. But great news for H yield and HDIV. The distribution increases, so my yield has gone up. HDIV still chugging along, very, very consistent. It's the epitome of consistency. That's what Harvest is known for. I would say it's slightly underperforming HYLD because a lot of the sectors in HDIV are kind of suffering right now. For example, Canada not doing as well. You have a Canada ETF. There's U.S. banks in here haven't recovered as there's a lot more recovery to do. You have utilities in here as well. So I think that's why, just the sector mix. But hey, every dog has its day. And eventually, once these sectors recover, which I believe is going to come with the interest rate cuts, HDIV should go up as well. USCL at 100K investment here. These are core positions, obviously in core diversified positions. You actually have here the appendix, if you will. QQCL is what I bought, 7,500 worth. So finally introduced QQCL in my portfolio. Good timing because the Nasdaq is kicking ass right now. I have a very, very nice yield here. And I will probably continue to invest in QQCL until I get to quite a big amount. So I do feel like QQCL is a great addition to USCL, right? S&P 500, Nasdaq 100 indexes can't go wrong. GDV also doing well. Haven't added to any lately, but now is a great time to actually add some to GDV in my opinion, because it's trading only at a 4% discount. DGS going up, keeps going up. I'm at 1616. I'm down I'm about down 10% on it, which is great. It's recovering, but the good news is actually paying The unit NAV is about 15.30, so it's actually paying, and I'm getting a really nice yield when it comes to DGS. So these are my diversified funds. Everything is going great, everyone. Mostly just added to QQCL this month, as you could see here. And now the rest, which you'll see. So RS, these are the sector specific funds. RS didn't add any to it. RS is still got some recovery to do, but it's recovered really nicely at 13 or something like that. So bank now, obviously I have a lot of bank. I made bank and ENCL my primary Canadian positions. In red, you could see that here, right? In red, core Canadian funds in red. So like I mentioned, I swapped BKCL into bank. It was just a streamlining move. Really nice high yields of over 16% for bank and over 17% for ENCL. And if you buy ENCL now, by the way, it's a great time to buy ENCL. I believe it's a little bit undervalued. You could get about just under 19% yield, which is crazy. FTN, so FTN, I now have a $50,000 investment. Like I mentioned, I added 10K from the call proceeds. So I averaged down last month. You could see it. I was over $10. I averaged down to $9.73. So I'm still down on FTN, but I'm down much less on it. And I have a nice yield of 15.5%. Really cannot complain with that. Happy T, didn't add any more to it, but I'm over 15%. YTSL, I did add a little bit more because Tesla crashed and the YTSL was actually under the stock price was under my book price, so add a little bit more to it. So now my book cost is $17.75. I think now it started to go back up, so it's over 18. I am making a phenomenal yield of 27%. It's just funny whenever I see it. But YTSL, guys, it's always gonna be a very small position in my portfolio because the risk is higher. It's only Tesla, right? So I have 13,000. So typically when I have some leftovers, I put it in YTSL. But this month was the exception. I feel I saw Tesla crash, and I just added a little bit in YTSL 1.2K. Turns out it was a fantastic decision. I bought it at 16 something. Now it's already back at 18. Big story is Bitcoin is rallying every day that I check. It seems to be going up. So I think BTCY is at $5.20 or 30 cents, and I'm almost broken even on BTCY, guys, which I was down on it for a long time, which is great, but it's just awesome. I'm happy Bitcoin's finally recovering. Who knows what this thing is gonna do this year with the halving and all that, with the speculation. I hope the distributions keep going up. These distributions on BTCY and ETHY are based on the last distribution. And then there's ETHY, the Ether one, which is by far the biggest loser right now in terms of value in my portfolio. I would say FTN, I'm down about 20%, ETHY 25-30%. So those are my two biggest losers. But anyway, doesn't really make a difference. It's all unrealized. The income is coming in, and hopefully BTCY, ETHY keep going up, and hopefully the distributions increase as well. So that's it for the summary of the portfolio. I gave you my annual summary as well. I forgot to do it last month, but I gave it to you this month. So total book cost is $895. Current portfolio value is $829. And by the way, I get that $829 by going in passive. And if you click on main portfolio, which is the combination of these three accounts, you'll see that the total value is $836. But I don't want to count, that includes my dividends, which have not all come in yet for February. So I basically did 836 minus 6,000. And now it should be 830. So I'll update it, 830,000. So if just with portfolio book cost versus current value, guys, I'm down minus 7.31%. This is unrealized, of course. This is nothing, absolutely nothing, and it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be selling much here. What really matters is the realized returns, which you could see that in 21 everything in the green, 2022 out of profit. So I couldn't be happier with this strategy here. So average yield is now 12.71%. The HDIV and HYLD distribution increases helped a lot. The streamlining moves I made helped a lot. Even just a little addition to YTSL helped a lot. So big increase from last month. So my total monthly income gross is now $9,481. So just shy of $9,500. It'll be $9,500 most probably in the next Unveil when I deploy some of my February dividends. I won't deploy much of it. I'm probably going to be extracting most of my February dividends from the cash account. And as you know, all the dividends that come from my TFSA, they're reinvested. So essentially, guys, what I'm trying to tell you is that all the dividends coming in that are generated from the TFSAs are reinvested manually. Because I'm a non-resident of Canada, I don't want to extract anything from my TFSA because I don't gain any more contribution room. So contribution room is very, very valuable to me. So I reinvest all the dividends from the TFSAs, but the dividends from the joint account, the joint cash account, is what I live off of if I need it that month. And most probably I will be extracting most of it. So 9,500 or 9,481, that's the combination of all three accounts. Of course, there is a 25% withholding tax on the dividends in my margin account. That's the tax, 1746. That's just taken off the top. So my monthly income net after the taxes is 7734. And you could see the breakdown of that 7734, how much is generated from the TFSA and how much is generated from the cash account. So that's simply what these two fields are. I'm trying to show you absolutely everything, guys. I'm not gonna hide anything from you. So gross is about 9,500, net 7,734 a month. About 2,500 of that 7,734 is coming from the TFSAs, which is just being reinvested every single month. And 5,240 is coming from the cash account, which is what, technically I live off of, or if I need, I will extract. And I will probably be extracting most of it in February and March because we are saving up for a trip. I'm saving up for an SUV as well. So that's just the beauty of do-it-yourself income investing. If you need the cash, it's there. If you don't, you simply reinvest it. So I hope I don't forget anything, but that's basically the portfolio unveil for February, which covers all the moves I made in January, except for the YTSL, which I did this month, a little preview. But yeah, that's basically it. And I'm assuming that the TFSA dividends, which are going to be about 2,500, are going to go back in QQCL. So pretty strong chance that in next portfolio unveil, guys, you will see a $10,000 investment in QQCL. So that's it. I hope you enjoy the portfolio unveil, and we're going to do this again next month. We're going to do this all over again. So see you next time. Hey, don't go yet. A few reminders before you leave. Did you know that I launched a YouTube loyalty membership program where for only $3 a month, you could become a PII Inner Circle member, where you will gain access to exclusive content, exclusive videos and live streams, as well as other perks and benefits, including a really cool weekly opportunity report. That's right. If you're interested, just click on the little join button next to the subscribe button to see what it's all about. Also, make sure to follow me on Blossom and download Blossom. It's a social investing app, which is really cool. You could share your portfolio, follow other people's portfolios, including my own. My username is Adrian_PII. So download it with the referral link below. Not only is it free, but you could actually earn cash by taking these really small, quick 1-minute courses. Really awesome. It's a no-brainer. Also, make sure to visit our website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca. That's where you could book a one-on-one private coaching session with yours truly, with myself, where you could ask me all the questions you want. All the information and booking information is on the website. Make sure to check out that video on the homepage there to see how to book a one-on-one properly. Also on my website, you could purchase my digital product, which I'm very proud of, the ultimate DIY investing package. This is a reference tool or a companion tool that will help you build your own portfolio. So it has lists of funds, it has sample portfolios, and it covers both the Canadian and US stock markets. And the good news is you'll only ever have to buy it once because it comes with free lifetime updates. And my plan is really to update the version every single year. So make sure to pick it up. Also, I have Questrade and Passive referral links below. So Questrade is the broker that I personally use, and Passive is the broker companion tool or assistant that I use. Really cool program, really cool software. So I have referral links for both of those. Questrade, $50 of free trades. And Passive, I have half off for the Elite membership. If you're interested in the Elite membership, and even if you want to start out with the free membership and upgrade to the Elite afterwards, use my referral code so you could still get that 50% off. And don't forget that the Elite membership of Passive is 100% free if you use Questrade. For social media, we have a very successful and big Facebook group, private Facebook group with over 14,000 members where we all try to help each other out. So make sure to join that group. Information is below. We also have Instagram where you could follow us or more personal stuff when it comes to our life here in Panama. And there's LinkedIn as well. So as usual, everyone, how do I leave you? Continue to stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay passive. See you next time.